The Edmonton Oilers are facing a challenge that borders on the impossible, as they're looking to mount a comeback from a 3-0 deficit against the Florida Panthers to capture the Stanley Cup. In a defiant display of resilience, the Oilers seized Game 4 by dismantling their opponents with an emphatic 8-1 victory, and they followed it up with a hard-fought 5-3 win in Game 5. Now all of a sudden, the teams are heading back to Edmonton with the Panthers leading 3-2 with momentum on the Oilers' side. Plus, after a relatively quiet start to the series, Connor McDavid is now doing Connor McDavid things. Should the Oilers find a way to string together 2 more victories, they'd etch their names in history as only the second team to overcome a daunting 3-0 series deficit in the finals. Back in the 1942 finals, the Detroit Red Wings found themselves in the driver's seat, leading 3-0 against the Leafs. But in an extraordinary turn of events, the Leafs clawed their way back, winning the next 4 games to hoist the Stanley Cup. 82 years later, that Leafs squad remains the only team to surmount a 3-0 deficit in the finals, an exclusive club the Oilers hope to join. With 2 wins under their belt, the Oilers have a few other interesting things going for them. Their 8-1 thrashing of the Panthers in Game 4 broke the record set by the 1942 Leafs for the largest margin of victory by a team facing elimination in the finals. The Leafs set the original benchmark with a 9-3 win in Game 5 against the Wings. Another thing going for the Oilers are their impeccable numbers after losing 3 games in a row, a reminder of their ability to defy expectations. They also rose from the basement of the standings early in the season to the pinnacle of the game, now standing as one of 2 teams vying for the Stanley Cup. And while only one team's managed to overcome a 3-0 deficit in the Cup finals, 3 teams have pulled it off in earlier rounds of the playoffs. The first to do so since the 1942 Leafs were the 1975 New York Islanders, who clawed their way back from a 3-0 deficit against the Pittsburgh Penguins in the Eastern Conference quarterfinals. In the first 3 games of the series, the Penguins' offense was on full display, leaving little doubt to their superiority. But things turned when Islanders coach Al Arbour brought in backup goalie Chico Resch to relieve Billy Smith in Game 4. Resch took center stage, posting a .969 save percentage in the final 4 games of the series, capped off by a 30-save shutout in the Islanders' Game 7 victory. After that, it'd be 35 years before another team achieved a 3-0 comeback. In 2010, the Flyers defied the odds against the Bruins in the Eastern Conference semifinals, turning a 3-0 series deficit into a stunning victory. The Flyers stayed alive in Game 4 with a dramatic overtime triumph. In Game 5, an injury to Flyers goalie Brian Boucher thrust Michael Leighton into the spotlight. He seized the moment, leading the Flyers to victory in Games 5 and 6 to force a Game 7. In the deciding game, the Flyers found themselves down 3 goals to none 14 minutes into the first period, but fueled by their unshakable belief, they clawed their way back, setting the stage for a dramatic conclusion. The Flyers scored a late third period goal to complete an epic comeback within a comeback and advance to the Eastern Conference Finals. 4 years later, the Kings were down 3-0 to the Sharks in the 2014 Western Conference quarterfinals, but roared back to win the next 4 games. It was a tale of 2 Jonathan Quicks, who struggled early in the series, but was nearly unbeatable in the final 4 games. Led by their top players, the Kings shocked their cross-state rivals by completing the 4th reverse sweep in NHL history. And the Kings didn't stop there, as they went on to capture the Stanley Cup, solidifying their place in hockey history. Let me know your predictions for this year's finals in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to support the channel.